farming has two major aspects: organic fertilizer and the use of traditional agricultural practices for pest control. Now, first, let's try to understand what organic farming is. Organic farming is the production process that promotes the well-being of the agricultural environmental system, microbial activity in soil, biodiversity, and biological cycles. As you all know, because of agricultural practices, the agricultural environment could get polluted. Also, you would know by now that the microbes in the soil are very essential for plant growth. We learned about this in our chapter 1, where we learned about nitrogen fixing bacteria. Biological cycles such as water cycles have the tendency of getting polluted because of agricultural practices. So making sure that these four components, therefore, the production or harvesting, by making sure that these four components are not harmed, is known as organic farming. As the harvest grows in a cultivated land, it absorbs nutrients from the soil, and therefore it removes the nutrients in the soil. Then the soil becomes deficient in nutrients. Therefore, the soil should be supplied with nutrients from outside, and it is done by applying fertilizers. Mostly, inorganic fertilizers are used by farmers. These are artificially prepared minerals and artificially synthesized chemicals. And these inorganic fertilizers are excessively used by farmers. Since they have harmful chemicals, they pollute the environment. But instead of this, organic fertilizers such as compost, formed by subjecting plant or animal materials to natural processes, can be applied. Now let's look at some facts which tells us the importance of the use of organic fertilizers rather than inorganic fertilizers. Application of inorganic fertilizers destroys many microorganisms and macroorganisms such as earthworms, which are helpful for the crop. This in return affects the existence of the natural environment very badly. Because of the excessive application of inorganic fertilizers, many effects to human health have been observed. Some of these inorganic fertilizers contain heavy metals, such as cadmium and mercury. These heavy metals enter the human body when human beings consume the crops. Therefore, this gives rise to unfavorable health effects in mankind. Organic fertilizers add a wide variety of nutrients, while inorganic fertilizers provide only a few nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and sulfur. In order to prepare organic fertilizers, we do not need a large amount of money. Therefore, it is cost effective. It could be even produced at home by ourselves. We can use the refuse such as straw, plant debris, chaff, and sawdust, and even manure can be used as organic fertilizers. Nowadays, there's a greater demand for crops such as rice, vegetables, fruits, and leafy vegetables which are cultivated from organic farming. Because of this, farmers growing them as well as the traders who sell them can have a higher income. The structure of the soil will be improved with time by using organic fertilizers. The second aspect of organic farming is the use of traditional agricultural practices for pest controls. Before that, let's find out what pesticides are. We have learned about this in our first chapter. Pesticides are synthesized artificially. They are highly poisonous. Weedicides, fungicides, and insecticides belong to them, and use of these pesticides causes environmental degradation. Therefore, by minimizing the use of pesticides, we can prevent the environmental damage. Farmers can employ traditional agricultural practices for pest control instead of pesticides. Now let's look at some of the traditional agricultural practices. There are certain organisms that destroy eggs and larvae of pests. Therefore, by spreading these organisms in cultivated land, we can control the pests. And we can also use insect repelling substances such as the Daspetia flower, the juice of neem seeds, and plants of citrus family. We can use an apparatus called the light trap. In order to protect the cultivated land from harmful insects, an oil lamp is lighted in the land at night. The insects that get attracted to the flame are caught by it and die. The next practice is crop rotation. As the name suggests, it means several crops are cultivated in the same plot in a rotation basis from season to season. This practice avoids the establishment of pests in the cropland, since several crops are cultivated from time to time without continuing one crop for a long time. After sowing seed paddy in a paddy field, an apparatus called deer hole manure is made below the wakkada of the paddy field. Wakkada is the place where excess water from the paddy field is removed. The wakkada is also known as the overflow. This is done to protect the seed paddy from birds. This apparatus makes a noise, and because of that, the birds fly away. Below this video, you will find the link which would show you how this apparatus operates. To protect paddy in a paddy field from mice, an owl trap is used. Sticks each tied with a coconut husk are planted in several places in the paddy fields. Then, owls come and perch on them, and they hunt the mice. In countries like Indonesia, a owl nesting box is perched in the middle of the paddy field so that the owls can come and nest on them and hunt the mice. Farmers neglected and deviated from traditional agricultural practices and used modern techniques in agriculture. Due to their lack of scientific knowledge and improper use of modern techniques, the agricultural environments degraded and it caused health effects to the farmers. Along with time, pest populations would resist pesticides and the farmers tend to add inorganic fertilizers excessively. Because of such practices, the farmers had to face tragedies like the chronic kidney disease and other diseases such as dermatitis and neurodiseases. These are all caused by the toxic chemicals found in inorganic fertilizers. Here is a newspaper article from the Daily Mirror regarding the chronic kidney disease, which was observed in farmers in the North Central province and the Northern province. So the chronic kidney disease would ultimately lead in kidney failure.